Picture this. You're Viking sailor, wind howling, waves crashing, and then bam, a massive tentacle wraps around your ship. Is it the Kraken, the sea's most terrifying legend? Or is it just a really bad day for a squid? Welcome to the show, folks. We're diving deep into the murky waters of the Kraken, and I'm not talking about my ex clingy tendencies. Oh, that was fun. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Hello, Sean.
No, wait. Is it working?
Hey. Hello.
What is happening? What is happening in my life?
Oh.
Hello, Gina. And
Oh.
thank you for inviting me to your channel.
Look it. I can hear you now.
It's been a really long time since
I think,
I've been here. It's been a while since I've seen you. You look nice.
yeah, you haven't been here in a long time, huh?
Hmm.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Yeah, that's because I'm always on your show.
I don't know, maybe.
So there's that.
How was
Everybody, welcome in. It is Sunday evening. It has been a crazy, crazy day here today. I'm glad you guys are all here. We got some fun things to talk about. This one was fun to kind of do. My little one actually got involved again. She's really enjoying this. And I figured Sean's got the pirate hat, so he's got the attire. Maybe he's seen the Kraken somewhere somehow.
Yeah,
Maybe
I married it.
Story. Sean, behave.
What?
Oh my goodness. All right, guys, welcome in. You guys know what to do. Like, it's been a day. Like,
It is a day, isn't it?
share, subscribe, and welcome to the party. We have so many people here. We have Cassie just walked in, and we have Katie and Nether and Jay. Please don't push those buttons. Walk away.
But there's fun, colorful buttons.
I am live, but I just started. I can hear you guys. Please leave. I'm asking nicely. There's the mom's part of the mystery and mayhem. Guys, welcome to the shit show. I don't know what else to say. There's that. So, how was your day so far, Sean?
My day. It was a day.
It was a day.
It was a day. We went to the Calathumpian Festival.
The who?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's a festival my town has that has nobody really knows why. It's called the Calathumpian. But then when you really start to look into it, you apparently festivals used to break out in places after people were publicly hanged. And it suggests that my town had public hanging at one point and broke out into song and dance, and they've just kept it going ever since. So it's that. So we did that. We had a few OPP. That's the Ontario Provincial Police for you know,
Americans.
Americans. 2 OPP cars out there with their lights on and all that. Auxiliary officers, not real officers, but they were showing the kids the back of the car, going in the car. Rennie was really, really pumped. He got to go in the front seat. He was turning the steering wheel. The cars had to be on, right? So he was turning the steering wheels. The wheels were moving. Really great time. Really, really pumped about it. And then at one point, he was out at the front, bush guard. It was stimming into the light like this, like a chicken.
Yeah.
It just goes on. I can do it for 15 more minutes. Just, anyways, and then so some other little boy or girl went in the front, and well, one of the things that the kids were doing was playing with the sirens. They wanted to push the button, the siren. Well, the sirens are at the front of the car.
Loud noises.
Well, Rennie liked the sirens right up until he wasn't expecting it, and it was in his face, and he freaked out in a manner I've never seen him freak out. It was the equivalent of dropping your cat into the bath.
Oh
It was it
no.
was catastrophic. The officer was so apologetic to Janelle, but I couldn't control. I couldn't. He had his little backpack on with a leash, and first time I ever had to use the leash part of it. I would always use the handle because he's really good when it comes to that. But oh yeah, he was he was 110% autism in that moment. It was shocking, and then we went around the block, and he decided he was going to run a great distance around the block, and I'm an old man. He ran me pretty ragged, but I think he got a lot of his, I don't know, wet cat out of him. And then a little bit after that, Rennie actually had to go to hospital, because he may have MRSA on his bottom, and may not be hemorrhoids on his bottom. It might actually be a massive MRSA thing, so he could actually be very sick, and might need to be in hospital for 10 days. So that was basically my day.
That
Although
is
I did have pizza
awful.
for dinner, so that's looking up.
Oh. My son locked both set of his keys in his car today.
That's good.
And we learned that in his car, if the battery is dead, you can't engage any locks. So even if you're locked inside the car and the battery's dead, even if you pull the handle, you can't get out of the car. So we first,
Good.
Gina made a little phone call because Gina has friends. Fire department came. They couldn't disengage anything because there was no power running to the car. So then I called my other friend who works for the police department as like their tow truck guy. So he came with all his little tricks and trades and popped the trunk. Paul had one set of keys fell next to the driver's side door, down underneath the seat. And the other set of keys were in his trunk.
Either do 2 lessons, 3 lessons at one time.
3 lessons.
Airing out my whole situation like that, crazy.
I just aired out all of your whole situation to the world. Yes. So that's how it went. So he learned very valuable lessons. So now one set of keys is now on the hook in the kitchen.
As is supposed to be, yes.
And that's where it will stay forever. Hopefully.
Well, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I've locked my keys in the car before, and I've learned the hard way.
Yeah,
That's literally a rite of passage.
Thankfully, mommy knows lots of people, because she is a talker, and I generally 9 out of 10 times can find my way out of a situation.
It's because of the feet, ladies and gentlemen. So if the battery was dead,
Yes. So new fear fucking unlocked. If he's ever locked in, like, God forbid he's in an accident or the battery just decides to die while he's driving and his doors are locked, he can't get out of his car. So now I have a little tool over there that I actually have to give him. I've got like one of those like pyramid shaped things on one
Right,
side
wow.
and a seatbelt cutter on the other side. But I've talked to him about it anyways. I mean, you're stuck in your car, you disengage your headrest. It's got 2 pokey things on it and you smash the window. But I'm hoping by having this in the car will help ease my fear. I mean, I know it'll probably never, ever, ever happen, but mom brain, I just think the worst scenario in every situation. So there's that.
Wow.
Yeah, the fire department generally pays. I mean, they won't help you out anymore. They make you call a locksmith and pay, but mommy knows people. So it's
That's
fine.
nice.
It's fine. Always got to be prepared. So there's that. So yeah. So tonight, guys, we're talking about the Kraken. And I got my favorite pirate here with me today to do that.
Yeah, I'm a salty pirate, so it's fine.
Most pirates are salty, so it is fine.
No, I came in character.
How is this different from any other night?
It's your show tonight.
It is my show tonight. All right. So we're just going to dive right into the Kraken here. So Unleashing the Kraken today. We're going to explore the legends of the sea monster worldwide. So, exploring the depths of maritime lore. So, we can't really see that because of the banner up top, because I never thought of anything like that. Can I just remove it? So, the Kraken is a legendary sea monster of enormous size, historically akin to a squid or an octopus. It is said to appear in the sea between Norway and Iceland, and the legend of the Kraken may have originated from the sightings of the giant squid, which may grow 12 to 15 meters. For us Americans, that's 40 to 50 feet in length. The Kraken has been described as a huge squid or octopus with tentacles that can reach more than a mile long and the eyes of size of dinner plates. And it can attack ships and drag them down to the depths and devour the sailors as its prey. Could you imagine that, Sean? Being on your pirate ship, drinking your hooch, dancing to some pirate music, eating some good food, and then all of a sudden, bam, tentacles just reach up from the depths of the ocean.
Oh yes, I have been known to get carried away by a sea shanty or two.
Can you sing a sea shanty now?
Oh, the only one I know is about GameStop, and I'd rather not.
Art Bell fan, welcome in. I saw you repost my show. I am forever grateful you have come across my channel. I saw that you watched a couple of episodes. Guys, new friend in here. He also has a channel. Huh?
How can you see that they watched episodes?
Because he was in my comments before the show started.
Oh.
And we were chatting.
Art Bell fan, hello. Good. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah. He's always worried about sea monsters grabbing his ankles when he swims in the ocean, which is why Gina doesn't swim in the ocean. I'll step out a little bit to like my knees, which isn't very far distance, so I'm okay with that. But I don't like the ocean.
That's like what, 1.5 feet?
And that's about this far.
Yeah.
This is like to my knee.
Yeah, that's about 1.5 feet. You know, believe it or not, despite being a pirate, I have never seen the ocean.
You have never seen the ocean?
No.
Really?
Yes.
You're not really missing too much. It's filled with filthy people, lots of trash.
I've never seen the ocean, and I have never been on an airplane.
Wait, so never, not any?
Never have I ever, but Gina probably has.
Wait, so like no salty I can't speak today. Salty bodies of water. You've never stepped your foot in one?
A salty body of water. Well, does a grill count? Because you know, there's been a few salty puddles I've crawled into there, but aside from that, no, I've never. I mean, a lake, sure, but those are freshwater lakes.
All right, all my podcasters out there, when we have our meetup next year, we have to bring Sean to the beach. We might need a leash. He might chase all the women off the beach.
Well, yes, this is true. I will chase the women off the beach, not because I'm trying to get it in, but because of my whiteness.
Your whiteness.
I am a mirror.
I don't go to the beach during the day for the same exact reason. Plus people. I don't mind the beach at nighttime when the people are all gone and it's quiet and the moon is there. That's my favorite time. Cassie said the last time she was in the ocean, she jumped into her 70-year-old grandma's arms because a freaking something touched my foot. She just laughed. Yeah, nope. The ocean freaks me out. We've only explored like 5 or 6% of the ocean. We literally have no idea what's in this place. Like, absolutely terrifying. I can do lakes and stuff like that. There's not many things that, I mean, except for like a snapping turtle, which is very few and far between. Because they like to hide. They don't like people. But yeah, no. Nate coming in with the comments here. How are you, Nate? How was work today?
Nathan says Sean's wife scares him more than any sea monster. Yes, I did. Well, you know what? Not any sea monster. I did unknowingly marry the worst kind of monster. And Ginger.
Oh yeah, the ginger.
Yeah. Soulless devils. Soulless devils, and yet they do get a freckle for every soul they steal. Beware.
So there's some cool, like, old-timey maps that they have. So, I just thought they were pretty cool. You got the Kraken's Caribbean, which Pirates of the Caribbean, they do talk about the Kraken, you know what I mean? But if you do look at a lot of these old-time maps, it's kind of cool. Like in different areas, like this one up in the corner, you can see the two ships and then the tentacles of the sea, like the sea monster. You know what I mean? So in a lot of the worldly maps in different areas, they would put drawings of different creatures or animals that they've seen to warn future sailors of possible hindrances and scary things that they would come across. Nate says she seems really nice, Sean, all seriousness. All right, mythical sea creatures. So the Kraken legend can be traced back to Scandinavian seafarers, particularly Norse sailors who navigated the treacherous waters of the North Atlantic. The first detailed descriptions of the Kraken appear in Nordic sagas and medieval manuscripts, where the creature is depicted as an enormous sea monster lurking off the coast of Norway and Greenland. So, 13th century Icelandic text. The Konugs, I don't know how to pronounce that second word, so we're going to call it good. I don't even know. King's Mirror. Sean, you want to give that word a whirl? First column.
God, it's so wee. It's so wee on my
Oh yeah, you have your little box
on my Wii
computer.
monitor. Wait, okay, all right. King's,
Yeah, Jay, you know what I
the
mean? It's there. You're going to hear it all the time now.
Skuggsja.
Yeah, Skuggsja. Okay, there we go.
Skuggsja.
King's Mirror was a Norwegian educational text from the 13th century. It describes massive sea creatures capable of creating dangerous whirlpools by submerging suddenly. Also, the writing of Eric in the 18th century Norwegian bishop Eric popularized the Kraken legend in his book, The Natural History of Norway in 1752, portraying it as a monstrous cephalopod. Cephalopod.
A cephalopod.
Cephalopod.
That's a squid.
A squid.
Or
Yeah, Gina
or
can't read.
cuttlefish.
A cuttlefish?
Yeah.
Oh, aren't those like those little
And they're scary.
yeah.
Fucking like aliens. Listen, if aliens
Everything
exist,
from the ocean looks like an alien.
like straight up, if aliens genuinely exist,
They'd be at the bottom of the ocean.
it's a cephalopod. Their DNA is unlike anything else. In fact, I think one of the way out there explanations for octopus is their DNA came from a comet or something, because it's nothing unlike anything on the Earth,
And they're super smart.
and we don't know how they actually evolved to be what they are. They're wild, but also, do you know what multiple octopus is called?
Octopi?
You know what else is called?
Nope.
Octopi, octopuses, and octopedes are all correct.
They have 3 different names for a group of octopus?
Yes, because of the various ways that languages happen. There's Latin, there's Greek, there's something else. And anyways, they're all correct. Octopuses, I like octopuses the best. That's actually kind of my favorite. Octopedes, that's cool. But octopi is usually what we're taught because teachers are ignorant.
Yeah, I've only known of octopi. Interesting. You always teach me something new. Influences from the giant squid sightings. Some scholars suggest that the Kraken legends may have been inspired by encounters with giant squid, which can grow over 40 feet long and have been found in the depths of the ocean waters. All right. Common features of Kraken legend. So, the Kraken was often described as a gigantic cephalopod resembling an octopus or squid. It was said to create massive whirlpools, pulling ships underwater. Some accounts suggested the Kraken's appearance signaled abundant fish, leading some fishermen to follow rather than flee the beast. The Kraken remains one of the most enduring sea legends, originating from Norse mythology and expanding into global maritime folklore. Whether inspired by real life giant squids or entirely fictional, the Kraken symbolizes the vast, mysterious, and often terrifying power of the ocean. Today, it continues to inspire artists, storytellers, and my button's in the way, storytellers and mythologists, proving that some legends never fade into the depths. Would you follow the school of fish? You think it would be a trap?
Aye.
Aye. So the first sighting was in 1550, where sailors reported a terrifying creature off the coast of Norway. The most famous encounter was in 1840, when a large tentacle beast was sighted near the Azores Island. And the most recent report was in 2005, where a fisherman claimed to have seen a massive creature in the Atlantic. So this goes back way, way, way far. And there are also recent reports as well. So who really knows? So, Kraken in pop culture, it's everywhere. The Kraken is everywhere. Literature and early media. So, cite Alfred Tennyson, 1830 poem, The Kraken, depicting slumbering beast. Mention Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea in 1870, where a giant squid, not explicitly a kraken, battles the Nautilus. I have to learn how to read or just
Aye.
pronounce letters, you know? Yeah, yeah. Did Sean just pigeon? Possibly. What's the matter, honey? Oh, quickly. Love you. Yes. Yes. Good night, honey. Film and TV. So Kraken and the Pirates of the Caribbean. Dead Man's Chest in 2006, a CGI spectacle with Davy Jones' pet monster. Also in the Clash of the Titans in 1981 and 2010, where Release the Kraken became a meme. Also, TV shows like River Monsters speculating on Kraken-like creatures. Also, games and merch. So the Kraken has been displayed in lots of video games, such as Sea of Thieves, God of War, as a mascot, and Seattle Kraken NHL team, which I would have no idea.
Also, let's not forget that there was the fiasco with the 2020 election, and afterwards, a certain discredited lawyer may or may not have mentioned that she had proof that there was fraud, and she said she was going to release the Kraken fraud, and that became a meme.
Really?
Yeah.
I missed that one. Big shout out, Nether Knight, gifting 1 subscription to Mom's Mystery and Mayhem. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you guys. And that went to Nate of Nathan the Natural. Thank you so much.
That's Full Metal Nate, everybody. He likes D&D. You should check out his channel on Rumble. Not on YouTube, because YouTube is gay.
YouTube is super, super gay. So this slide here, my daughter actually helped me with because after she read the last slide, she said, Mommy, what is the poem that they're talking about?
I look or I feel as old as that guy looks.
Maybe after the week you've had, day you've had, I mean, that's a long day. Long day, long week. Nate said, release the Kraken is what I told my ex before long nights of passion. Oh, goodness. So the poem goes, below the thunders of the upper deep, far, far beneath in the abysmal sea, its ancient, dreamless, uninvaded sleep, the Kraken sleepeth, faintless sunlight flee. About his shadowy tide sides, above him swell, huge sponges of millennial growth and height, far away into the sickly light. From many a wondrous grot and secret cell, my screen is small as well. Unnumbered and enormous polypi, window with giant arms, winnow with giant arms, the slumbering green, the hath he lain for ages and will lie, battering upon huge sea worms in his sleep until the later fire shall heat the deep. Once by man in angles to be seen, in roaring he shall rise, on the surface he die.
Wow.
Deep, right?
Yeah. Kraken deep. That's
Cracking deep. So that's what I got for a slideshow, folks. So little shameless plug here. For show topics, ideas, please reach out. Obviously, you can throw them in the chat whenever you want. You can also find me on X at SHRTY7081. You can also email me show ideas at shorty7081 at yahoo.com. And you can find me on YouTube and Rumble at Mom's Mystery and Mayhem. What does that look for?
How did you burn through a topic that was designed to last you 60 to 90 minutes?
I'm not, listen, I didn't say I was done yet. That was just the little slideshow that I do for all my little shows.
Okay. All right. Okay. Please continue.
Gosh. So now you have me all mind boggled. Now I gotta find my spot.
I usually have that effect.
Yeah.
Aye.
Listen. Now I gotta find it. See? Everything is fine. We'll just do it live. Yeah. So the colossal squid. Hold on. See, now listen. That yeah. Tonight we dine in hell. The Kraken rum. What is happening? So I had another tab and it's completely gone. I'm telling you, I think my kids touch my shit when I go away. Because there's a Fortnite tab open where my Kraken tab was open.
Have you considered putting a password?
Yeah, but they know all my passwords.
Have chat. Do you think we can somehow convince Gina to learn how to use a different fucking password?
No, because that's just what I do. It's fine. Everything is fine.
Make your pass. You know what? This is what you do. You make a new password. Okay. What's that password going to be? Pigeon. Your new password is pigeon. 7081. Pigeon 7081. That's your password.
That's my password.
Problem solved. Chat, don't go to her house because you'll be able to get into her computer now.
So back to the story. So giant squid, which is what I'm kind of thinking. I mean, a lot of times people, exaggerated the story. You caught a fish this big, but you tell everyone you caught a fish and it was this big. But a piece of squid recovered by a French ship in 1861 that they described as the Kraken, and they were convinced it was Kraken, actually would later be identified as a giant squid. Which one again was in 1861. So after the specimen of the giant squid was discovered by Reverend Moses Harvey and published in Science by Professor A. Verrill, commentators have remarked on this cephalopod as possibly explaining the alleged legendary Kraken. So a similar discovery was made in 1873 by a Mr. Pitcott and his assistant while fishing for heron in the Newfoundland's Conception Bay. So as they fished, they saw something large floating before them, and upon further investigation, they discovered that the creature had a beak the size of a 6-gallon keg, tentacles greater in height than 2 men, and the ability to spew ink when threatened. Although this beast was able to escape the 2 men, Pitcott did manage to hack 2 of the creature's tentacles off with a hatchet he had on board. After bringing the biological evidence to light, it was later concluded that squids of the giant variety do exist in our seas. Moreover, it was uncovered that these squids were not only larger than whales, but preyed upon them as well. So there's that.
I
Again,
do know a thing or two about squirting ink.
it's like my favorite. Nathan mentioned it in Finding Nemo, and they were going off the ledge. She wanted to go touch the butt. She touched the butt, and then she got scared. And she goes, "Oh, you made me ink."
Yeah. Interesting
Yeah.
thing though about giant squids is that they on a regular basis they go to war with sperm whales.
To war?
Yeah, because sperm whales eat them.
Just sperm whales?
Yes, and I'm sure just sperm whales have a special super ability to swim shockingly deep. Like no real mammal can go deeper than that without exploding or imploding rather. And that's they have to go that deep because that's where their food is, the giant squid. And then so you see these occasionally you see these sperm whales that like wash up on shore or whatever, and they just have all of these like rips across their skin, like it's scarred, and they're just like tore up because they and you could tell it was a massive, incredibly massive, aggressive animal, and
I wonder what that fight would look like.
it would probably just sperm whale kind of looks like a dick. And just imagine wrapping your hand around a dick. It kind of looked like that, I suspect. And yeah, and that's I'm sure there's easier things to eat, but the sperm whale seemed to I don't like it spicy.
I like it spicy, huh? Nate said it's like when people say they've seen the megalodon, but it was just Bruce, the 30-foot white shark. Fish are friends, not food. I wonder, is the Kraken and the megalodon on our cryptid list?
Megalodon's not a cryptid.
No?
No. Megalodon was a shark.
It was real?
Yeah.
Well, that's terrifying.
Well, it was a dinosaur shark that looked exactly like a great white shark in every single way, with the exception of it's like 100 times bigger.
I didn't know that they were real. I thought they were fake.
No, they're quite real. And who knows? Does one still exist? Maybe.
Probably. I mean, why
knows?
wouldn't it?
Who knows? I think they ask that very question every Shark Week.
I still can't believe they do that. Like, people still watch all that stuff.
But Shark Week, people like sharks.
Yeah. Art Bell fan says, I hope lizard people don't bring back the megalodon. Never know. The Kraken is a cryptid. Yep. So, although fictional and a subject of myth, the legend of the Kraken continues to the present day with numerous references in film, literature, television, and other popular cultural topics. So, examples include John Wyndham's novel The Kraken Wakes in 1953, the Kraken of Marvel Comics in the 1981 films Clash of the Titans, and its 2010 remake of the same name, and the Seattle Kraken professional ice hockey team as well. Krakens also appear in video games such as Sea of Thieves, God of War, Return of the Obra Dinn, and Dredge. The Kraken was also featured in 2 of the Pirates Caribbean movies as the pet of the fearsome Davy Jones in the 2006 Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, as appears in the film's sequel at World's End. In George R.R. Martin's fantasy novel series, A Song of Ice and Fire, and its HBO series adaptations such as The Game of Thrones and The House of the Dragon. The mythical Kraken is a sigil of the House of Greyjoy of the Iron Islands. Where's the other one? 2 features on the surface of the other celestial objects have been named after the Kraken. Kraken Mare, a major sea of liquid ethylene and methylene, is the largest known body of liquid on Saturn's moon Titan. Also, the Kraken Cantina is a crater chain and possible tectonic fault on Neptune's moon. So, not only is it here on Earth, they also named it celestial space.
Right.
Think about that. The Kraken has made it to the bottoms of the ocean and space. It's weird.
Aye.
You are not yourself tonight.
No. Yes, I'm sorry, Chad. I don't mean to be down. They will be doing a ketamine sedation and putting Ren in surgery tonight. So little freaked out by that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So are they going to try and remove it?
Well, it's something. It's not supposed to be there. Yeah. Try not to contaminate your show with
If you
that's-
need to go, you can go.
What? Go where? I'm home. All the kids are asleep. This
That is
is all I have in the world, chat. I only have you.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Cassie said, oh, wow, Sean.
Yeah.
All right. Guys, send your prayers in the chat for little Ren and Sean and Janelle.
Alternatively, you can send in your super chats.
And your super chats as well. Cassie wants to know, are you going to be able to be there or at least maybe go visit?
No. That's not how my family operates. My family is we are an island. So because I can't take the other kids, that's that.
We got lots of love for you in the chat. Lots of run for little Rennie and you and Janelle.
Yeah. So, also alternatively to love and stuff like that is following my channel at Third Railify. That would be rather important as well. And it's only in this moment as we talk about how my son needs surgery for something right next to his pooper, and it's very sad and scary. I realize me shilling my channel at Third Railify is I've become a internet prostitute. I guess it is what it is. But at Third Railify, do it now, and that's how I know you want my kid to get better.
Jay says, "What the fuck?" Text what is happening. Wife is worried about what you said. So Karen with a C is very, very worried for you.
Yeah, it was yeah. It's okay. Carry on with your fish.
Carry on with the fish.
With your
We're gonna
great
carry
fish.
on with the fish.
Yep.
So as you kind of said earlier, the Kraken supposed a sepia or cuttlefish also was a genius that octopuses, squid, and cuttlefish were all assigned to. Thus, 8-armed cuttlefish became the standardized name for octopus. You mentioned that.
They're really scary.
So,
Like, just octopus in general. Octopus, squids, cuttlefish, any cephalopod really. The way it can not only change its color of skin to match whatever its like background is, like these octopuses, if you give it a little bit of time, it will actually change its skin to complex shapes or to like patterns, right? So, like a checkerboard. You put an octopus on a checkerboard, it gets really uncomfortable because it doesn't know how to do it. But after a little while, it figures it out and it turns into a checkerboard, and you're like, "Wow, that's fucked." That's a kind of intelligence that, you know, if you had opposable thumbs and could easily breathe on land,
it would take over the world.
you'd take over the world. Like, I mean, Planet of the Apes. I mean, sure, that's terrifying because face ripper monkey is a thing, but can you imagine Planet of the Octopuses?
No.
That would just, and they peck you in the face with their beaks. Oh no, I couldn't. Like, and their beaks are it's like the beak of a parrot.
Yeah.
It's and it's super sharp. And what's the word I'm looking for? So it's sharp, but also like it's shaped specifically for crushing crab. So if it can snap a crab in half, what's it going to do to your face?
Snap that in half too.
Yeah, and I got a little face.
Again, this is why Gina doesn't go in the ocean. I can go to the ocean. It's not that far from here. But I don't go into the ocean. Well, none of my kids like the ocean either.
If we're honest, there's a lot of poo in the ocean.
There's a lot of trash in the ocean.
That's like the Indians go in that ocean too, you know.
Oh, yes, they do.
Just saying.
So general description and the myth. So again, Norwegian sailor folklore, the Kraken, also known as Horven, that's another name for it, has said to appear off the Norwegian Sea, off the coast of Norway. It is said that when fishermen row out a few miles, Scandinavian miles, from the coast on a hot summer's day in the calm, and according to normal calculations, should find a depth of 80 to 100 fathoms, which is 460 to 590 feet deep, or also 140 to 180 meters. It sometimes happens that the plummet bottoms at 20 to 30 fathoms, But in this water stand, the most abundant shoals of cod and lynx. So then you can assume that the Kraken lurks down there, as it is he who forms the artificial evaluation of the bottom and by his secretions attracts fish there. But if those fishing notice that the Kraken is rising, it is necessary to row away for all the boat can take. For after a few minutes, the beast can then be seen lifting the upper part of its body above the surface of the water, which for a quarter of a mile in circumference appears as a collection of scurries covered with swaying seaweed like growths. Finally, a few shining tentacles rise up in the air, increasing thicker at the bottom, which can even appear as high as the ship's mass. After a while, the Kraken gives in to sinking again, bringing the ship down with it. And you then have to be careful not to run into the suction vortex that is formed. So basically, what it does is it comes all the way up, grabs the boat, and it brings it down so fast it forms a whirlpool and just sucks everybody in.
I just had two thoughts.
Number one.
Thought number one. Obviously, this little Norwegian story is proof positive that you should always go fishing with guns.
You think a gun would take care of a Kraken?
If it's big enough.
Like a cannon, which are found on most pirate ships.
Aye. Thought number two. We need to be concerned, at least a little,
Mm-hmm.
about all the people that lost their guns in a boating accident. Because now the Kraken is well armed.
How armed?
Oh, well.
$10mm hardcast.
Yeah.
Nate's going fishing with dynamite, not guns.
That'll do.
That'll do.
That'll do, pig.
That'll do. The odds of getting attacked by a shark drop significantly if you don't enter the ocean.
I like my odds.
Again, I hate the ocean. For all you lovely people being here tonight, I have gifted a random subscription that Rumble has gifted out to the Nether Knight. So welcome to the Red Wall, Nether Knight. Joyce grew up on the ocean. It's where she learned to swim. I learned to swim by my grandfather throwing me into the deep end of the pool and said, "Swim, don't drown." Fun fact.
That's a dick move.
That's how they just used to do it back in the day, I guess. They just threw you in the pool and said, "Here you go, little Timmy, learn how to swim." Splash.
Dick move.
It happens. It happens. You're very welcome, Nether. Welcome into the group. Let's see here.
Now that you have access to the spicy emojis.
Yeah, that is right. I forgot about that. Guys, there is special emojis that I have that are only available if you are a subscriber to the channel. So if you want fun access to special ones like, liquid and gay juice and how everybody knows me by the greedy pussy, you gotta be a subscriber. Just as an FYI.
Also, I have noticed that you don't have the pigeon. You are the pigeon. You don't have the pigeon.
We
you
have
have
to
a
fix
locked
that.
away pigeons forever. But I don't know why we didn't give you the pigeon. Maybe we didn't know it was going to catch on so well.
Do I not have? I have pigeons forever.
Yeah, that one's gay.
But I don't have the dancing. I don't have the regular pigeon.
You don't have the regular pigeon.
And I do have space for it because I was looking at 7V TV or whatever it is website for new emotes. And then I got distracted trying to add sounds to my soundboard.
Pigeon.
Yeah, and the only one I added was the sound effect for the Kraken hitting the ship.
Can you do that again? One more time. That's the same thing.
Shut up, Sean.
Listen, there's way better sounds that you could have done.
Listen, I got distracted. I know. I didn't know where to look first. I didn't even know what to look up. I'm like, I don't know what I would use and what I wouldn't use. I really wanted Shut Up Meg, but then YouTube is like, we're not going to let you download anything because you don't pay for us.
Why do you need to download it? Don't you hold the record button and then you play the sound and then it captures it?
I don't know. I've never done. Again, you know me with electronics. This beautiful, very expensive piece of equipment that can probably do anything and everything that a podcast needs as far as sound wise, I don't know how to use.
Aye.
So we're gonna have to do that at some point. We have to figure that out.
Well, I don't exactly have a busy night tonight.
So we got to bring the pigeon emote back because we don't have that one. And I got to figure out my soundboard. I know how to change the names of what they are on my screen, but I got to figure out how to and what ones actually to download on my thing. So there's that. So back to the Kraken. Yeah, focus. So, one of the earliest possible descriptions of the Kraken based on its iconography is found on a Swedish writer's Olaus Magnus famous map of Scandinavian from 1539. The Carta Marina featuring various illustrated sea monsters. Magnus did not use the term cracking, though, but do feature a sea monster in the Norwegian Sea between Norway and Iceland in the shape of a fish with tentacles growing out of its head, next to another sea monster in the shape of a fish with tusks. The Carta Marina describes the two monsters as follows. Two enormous sea monsters, one with ferocious teeth, the other with horns, and a horrendous flaming gaze, their circumference of whose eyes measures 16 or 20 feet. So, what measurements Magnus referenced is unknown. It could be Pirius Swedish feet, which 296.9 millimeters is equivalent to 11.69 inches, or Norwegian feet, which is 313.8 millimeters, which is equivalent to 12.35 inches, or something else. At the time of the map's creation, Magnus had been living in exile in Danzig, Poland. So since 1527, moving to Venice in 1539 before the map's publication. Applying an average foot value of 300 millimeters, 12 inches, the eye diameter given would be something akin to 1.5 to 1.9 meters, which is 4.9 to 6.2 feet. Later on in 1555, Magnus released a work expanding on the map, English titled A Description of the Northern Peoples, a massive work describing Scandinavian customs, folklores, and nature. In Book 21, Chapter 5, titled The Horrible Monsters Off the Coast of Norway. He describes the Carta marina creature in detail, saying it's part of a group of nameless monster fishes outside the Norwegian coast, which by extensions are grouped with whales. The following description appears to intermix traits from both whales and squids. For one, he says it is black in color with a square head, the length of 10 to 12 cubits, roughly 20 to 23 feet, if assumed to be Swedish, with a body length of roughly 26 to 30 feet. Which is consistent with sperm whales, but also spiny and sharp, which could stem from whale barnacles. However, around the head, it is equipped with long root-like horns akin to the base of an uprooted tree, and its big eyes are big, with circumferences of 4.9 to 6.2 feet in diameter. The pupils being 1 cubic, which is 2 feet wide, and flaming red, which is more consistent with squids than any whale. In the dark, fishermen can see flaming eyes from far away, indicating that these descriptions stem from evening hours, as the flaming eyes could stem from bioluminescent photophores, which are found on various squids.
Maybe it's possible. If you think about it for a moment, why would a giant fish have tentacles? Well, because it's a sperm whale that eats those things, and they had an epic battle, and it was literally having a battle at the surface of the water. And since people are stupid, that's they assumed it was one animal.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a whale and a squid fighting, and then the squid just attaches all its tentacles to the whale and it swims up to the surface. Ah, one big creature. Joyce and Cass say we need a squirrel emoji as
I bet
well.
we could get a scrat
What the hell is a scrat?
from Ice Age. Oh, fuck off.
What do you mean, fuck off?
You don't know what scrat is?
No.
The cute, adorable saber-toothed chipmunk squirrel thing. It was a cross between a
Oh.
squirrel and a rat in Ice Age, and he was always trying to get the nut.
Yep.
I felt for him because I always want a nut too.
Ash said the back end of a giant squid kind of looks like a fishtail. A little bit. Apparently, I'm the only one who didn't know who that was. I guess the pigeon fits. I can't deny the pigeon anymore, guys. Just happens. Pigeons forever. Sean, get Scrat. They want Scrat now.
All right,
We'll figure that
let's see what we can do.
out. So considering, here we go about the sperm whales, considering that sperm whales regularly hunt giant squids and that these testimonies appear to be derived from evening hours, it seems reasonable to think that they derive from sperm whales hunting giant squids to the surface. In turn, these eye dimensions are compared to a modern day giant squid. So yeah. So theoretically, the squid, the Kraken described, is given and equal to the same ratio as a giant squid of today's standards. So, Sean, you're very smart about this whole sperm and squid thing.
I am smart about sperm. It's true.
Well, you got 4 kids to
Aye.
figure that out. Yep. So according to Norwegian informants, the Kraken's body measured many miles in length, and when it surfaced, it seemed to cover the whole sea. further described as having many heads and numbers of claws. With its claws, it captured its prey, which included ships, men, fish, and animals, carrying its victims back into the depths. The Kraken was equatable to the monster that the Icelanders called Hafgufa, 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 but as he had not obtained anything related to him through an informant, he had difficulty describing the latter. According to the lore of the Norwegian fishermen, they could mount upon fish attracting krakens as if it were a sandbank. But if they ever had the misfortune to capture the kraken, getting it entangled on their hooks, the only way to avoid destruction was to pronounce its name to make it go back to its death. So if you caught it, you got all tangled up, you would just have to yell the kraken, and then it would go back to its depths, which doesn't sound very.
I've caught a kraken or two in my day, and I've yelled its name, Janelle, and she has not fled. This myth, it does not work.
It doesn't work.
No.
Nope. Krakens purportedly. Listen, I'm gonna quit because I just can't read. Kraken exclusively fed for several months, then spent the following few months emptying its excrements, and the thickened, clouded water attracted fish. So the Kraken, Sean, you know what the Kraken had? Thickwood. It
I was
shot
gonna
its
say red hair.
liquid out into the water to attract fish.
Gross.
Maybe you guys are friends.
Me and the kraken?
Yeah.
No.
No?
No.
You wouldn't want to live at sea and eat for several months and then spew your thickwood cloud all over the water to attract fish? Okay.
I mean, that sounds like a lady thing. It's milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
Yeah. Make the Sean read it. Sean doesn't. They want you to read it.
No. Jay wants me to read it. Carry on, young lady.
All right. So let me go to my next paragraph.
And that's only because I do know how to read.
I don't know how to read.
No.
I only know how to Boston. So R's in words, T's in words, they don't really belong there, so they confuse me. So there's that. Let's go see. All right. So Saint Malo talks about colossal octopuses. So contemporary eyewitnesses there, for example, of a group of sailors who encountered the giant off the coast of Enola, who afterwards deposited the pictorial commemoration of the event as a votive offering at St. Thomas's Chapel in St. Malo, France. Based on that picture, Montfort drew a colossal octopus attacking a ship and included the engraving in his book. However, an English author recapitulating Montfort's account of it attaches an illustration of it, which was captioned, "The Kraken supposed a sepia or cuttlefish," while attributing Montfort. Hamilton's book was not alone in recontextualizing Montfort's ship assaulting colossal octopus as a kraken. For instance, the piece on the Kraken by American zoologist Packard The Frenchman Montfort used the obsolete scientific name Sepia octopodia, but called it a pew. Again, these letters don't make sense in my brain in these orders. Poulpe, pupae. I don't know, which means octopus to this day. Meanwhile, the English-speaking naturalists have developed the convention of calling the octopus eight-armed cuttlefish, as did Packer and Hamilton, even though modern-day speakers are probably unfamiliar with that name.
Back in my day, they were struggle cuttlefish.
Struggle cuttlefish.
Struggle cuttlefish.
Ginger! Ginger has made it. Hi, Ginger. And Neuro. Welcome in, Neuro. I saw you earlier. How are you doing? Cryptozoologists who believe an undiscovered cephalopod could exist in unexplored ocean depths. 95% of oceans remain uncharted. So, if Nessie's still out there, why not a supersized squid, Sean?
Is Nessie still out there?
I think so. Although nobody's been able to take a picture of her. Same thing with Bigfoot. They just don't want to.
Bigfoot, as we've
They
discussed, is just a blurry bear.
He's not a blurry bear.
Blurry bear. And Loch Ness, it's not a very big body of water.
No.
And yet it holds a dinosaur.
So, to go back to our kind of back and forth banters with our cryptids and fun things, the Kraken's probably just a squid with a flair for drama. Just a fancy squid who just wants attention.
I feel like that's a spoiler alert because right now we are doing humanoid cryptids. We will get to the water ones eventually.
Was it like a year from now?
Maybe.
It'll be fun. So, I personally don't think the Kraken really existed, or maybe, like you said, it could. Maybe the Megalodon and the Kraken did exist, and now we just have the smaller version, like the giant squid and the sperm whale and the great white shark.
Or maybe it's possible that the giant squid that we have today is the Kraken. And that
people back then were my size.
People back then not only were your size, they couldn't tell distance, and they were overly impressed by mundane things.
Like the fish story. I caught a fish this big, but it was actually like this big.
Penises back then must have been massive.
Gonna be one happy errand in the morning. Jay's gonna have to sleep in the carport or the garage. I don't know what you guys call it. The Viva pizza is taking shape, huh? Oh, Neuro, well, can you do me a favor, dear? Can you grab, I should have done this earlier. Can you grab Dara's, I can't word tonight.
A survey?
Yeah, thank you, Sean.
Right.
Dara's survey and throw it in there. Ash said the Kraken are real, still exist, but giant squid and colossal octopus and over exaggerated the size. It's still damn big. So I'm sure I can probably guess what Sean thinks. Sean thinks it was all just a big story and it's just a giant squid and people overreact.
Aye.
Now, me personally, I don't think that humans are capable of I don't want to say making things up, but because we do exaggerate. But like when you dream, and you see people in your dream, you've seen that person, whether it's on TV, in a magazine, you walked by them in the store, and maybe you didn't notice them, but you see them. Like, we literally, our brains cannot make up a face. So if you've seen it in your dream, you have seen it in person somewhere. So I don't think that it's too far-fetched that the Kraken did exist. But look at this. Look at this. Ash is with you, Sean. Look at that.
Next, he will agree they're just spicy rocks.
Where is my spicy rock? I dropped it last night. I have to find it. I just have my little one right now.
Oh no, your chakras are misaligned. What are you gonna do?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to find it. Everyone, I'm going to pin. So our very good friend Dara takes his own time out of his very busy schedule to do an independent Rumble Squared viewer survey. Only takes about 8 to 10 minutes to finish. So if you go ahead and click on that, if you could go ahead and take that survey, I would greatly appreciate it. Again, he's independent. He does not work for Rumble. But it is great information at the end to find out where everybody is and what they hate and what they like with Rumble Studio. So if you could just go ahead and do that, that would be wonderful. Ginger says, Sean, you have a sweet beard going on.
Thanks, Ginger. I love you.
Ginger, how's that packing going? Is that for viewers or streamers, Neuro? I believe anybody can.
I think it's both. I think there's a section for people who use it as content creators and who are frustrated and mad with it. And then there's the sign for the viewers who watch the goddamn thing and are mad with it.
Like all that freezing and just debauchery that Rumble Studio is.
Yeah. For example, Rumble has a new, really snazzy, direct RTMP way to set up a show, and I don't know if I can use it with StreamYard.
Oh, maybe you should take the survey then.
I was supposed to go on his show. I was asked to go on a show. I didn't check my calendar or get back to him.
For the Rumble Squared one?
Yeah.
Oh, so I was the second choice.
When? This week or next week?
Oh, you're going on it again?
I've never been on Rumble Squared.
Well, that's what I mean. When did he ask you to go on it the first time?
Like last week.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I lied.
Yeah. People pick you because you're pretty.
No, that is not true.
It is true.
Cassie says she loves Rumble, but she'd be lost without Rumble.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah.
I find it hard to be on YouTube now, actually. The amount of advertising that is on YouTube is not sustainable. I know they're trying to push people to their YouTube Premium the way we are trying to push to Rumble Premium.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you don't have Rumble Premium, you're not getting ads every what feels like 5 minutes, and it's unsustainable over there. I hate it. I hate it so much. And every single time in the last week or whatever that I've streamed to YouTube, I've been copyright claimed.
Yeah,
every
you have.
single time.
Not the bad words that everybody says or the different things we talk about.
It was like the first 4 minutes. I think in the last one we said racial slurs and stuff like that. No, that was fine. I got copyright claimed for, I don't know, sound effects or little things people play, and unbelievable. I just, yeah. It's pretty
Yeah,
wild.
I was a YouTube girl. That's all I used to do was just YouTube, 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 especially with the whole Karen Reed crap. Everything was YouTube. And then when I came over to help the other guy, I hated it. And I tried to get him to come over to YouTube and he was like, no, YouTube sucks. And then I got sucked into Rumble and now I won't leave Rumble. I don't even really promote my YouTube. It is there. We're going to throw it in there. So I'm going to put this in here and in the chat. You can follow all my channels. So Mom's Mystery and Mayhem over on Rumble, YouTube, every Sunday evenings, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Joy says YouTube copyrights me for playing Christian songs in her stream and teaching the Bible. It's wild. Any updates?
No, but Darnell asked me why are the Leafs sponsor on their jersey milk.
Is it really?
It might. I haven't seen their jersey up close in a while, so it might say "Got Milk" on their jersey. It's the Dairy Farmers Milk Association or whatever.
That's hilarious. Yanni Fang says YouTube also deletes my comments whenever I use the word Rumble.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that.
Yep. So that is basically what I have on the Kraken. You have anything else to add for the giant colossal squid that fights sperm whales under the water? That probably doesn't attack ships, just animals.
Well, no, it probably did attack a ship. I mean, it probably did. There was probably a small fishing boat, and maybe it got hooked up in a net, or it thought it was a whale or something, and it went for it, and then the people survived and told the story, and they couldn't believe it, and that was that. And then the story spread, and it was wild, and it spread, and it spread, and it spread, and might have happened a couple other times, and before you know it, people were drawing arbitrary sea monsters on maps because they thought sea monsters should be on the maps in the empty space. But also, way back in the day, there were more fish. There was more sea creatures. There was more sea life. We fished the seas pretty thoroughly, right? So it probably wouldn't be crazy to see all the fishing banks that were filled with fish. They had giant squid in them. It's probably reasonable.
Yeah. I
So,
guess.
So maybe there's just less of them because there's more of us. Or maybe there was one last giant something or other, and it died like the megalodon. At one point, there was only one megalodon left.
Can't survive with just one creature.
Yeah.
You need at least two.
Well, yeah.
Most of the time.
You're not going to survive that long with only two.
Nope.
No.
So we are going to send the boys and girls over to Darth Jason. And before we do that, Sean, why don't you let them know where they can find you, when and where, and what your schedule looks like this week?
It's different being on this side of the screen, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sean of Third Railify, and you should follow me at Third Railify on YouTube. I mean, you can if you want on YouTube. I mean, it is kind of gay. But definitely on here, Rumble, and at Third Railify on X as well. I am streaming pretty much every single night, probably until I die. At 10 p.m. Eastern. on my channel. I have a fun little nerd show I do with our friend Darnell Quigley and the sexy nerd Mike. And that's Monday. Tuesday, I'm with Gina. But is it I'm with Gina? Gina's with me. That's how it goes. And Wednesday it's Boot Nothing with Gina. And then Thursday and Friday is with Gina. And that's our news hangout where we hang out and we maybe will tickle the balls of some news. Maybe. And then Saturday Night Off the Rails with Christopher, if Christopher ever comes back. I don't know if he will, but that could also be with Gina. I just don't know. But next Saturday, Gina is with Ash. So who am I going to get? Who am I going to get? I don't know. Maybe Cass will come on and be my co-host. That could be great. But anyways, at Third Railify, follow me or I'll find you and kill you.
He doesn't mean that
No,
figuratively. Oh, thank you guys so much for tuning in, making my chat fun and wonderful. I hope you enjoyed the Kraken. Again, like Sean said, next Saturday or this Saturday coming up, you can find me over on 123 Mad Ash's channel. We got some we got to actually touch base to find out exactly what time he wants me to appear, but I believe it's going to be either 8 p.m. my time. I think. But obviously I will let you know before then where you can find me.
For your sparkle fancy spicy rock magic hour, is that what you're doing?
It's not going to be fancy, magical, spicy rock hour. We're actually going to, because people seem to enjoy our little cryptid battles and all of our fun here. We're actually going to talk a little bit about a few different types of cryptids. Ash said 8 p.m. Central Time, which I believe would be what, 9 p.m. my time? That's Katie's time, right? Mountain time? Nope, Central.
Central is different than Mountain.
So yeah, we'll be talking about cryptids and then have a little Q&A afterwards. Cassie's got the raid all set up. I'll let you know when it hit
Here,
that
Ash,
button.
Ash, here's a little cryptid 411 for you. The Puckwudgie is greater than the Bigfoot.
Nuh-uh. I won fair and square.
Yours is just a blurry bear. Mine's a fucking ninja with quills and a knife. And a shape-shifting ninja, okay? Mine's way better than your blurry bear. Who's after a picnic basket?
Hey, boo-boo. Neuro, you are 100% correct. Eastern time is the only real time. It is God's time. Absolutely. So again, I'm Gina from Mom's Mystery and Mayhem. Thanks for tuning in this evening. I don't know what's going on for me tomorrow night. I either may or may not be on Sean's show. If not, maybe in the background, throwing all your comments up for Sean to see. Hopefully help his pigeon squirrel brain sometimes. And then Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, you can find me on Sean's channel at Third Railify for News and Hangout, where we have a bunch of different friends pop in and say hi. Wednesday is Sean and our show, a show about nothing, where it is chat based. So all of you friends and family out there who are watching, please head over to Sean's channel for Wednesday and lead the show. Tell us where to go. And then Friday evenings, you can find me over on Arrow's channel, insert title here, where we have so much fun. I get off that show and my stomach is killing me from laughing so hard. And again, you can usually find me. I'll post it over on X, usually where I am, and share the link. So go ahead, follow me over on X at SHRTY7081. That's where you can find everywhere I am.
What is Ginger? Okay, first of all, one, Ash says that he's seen a Puckwudgie in his home.
Oh, so the Puckwudgie is very popular. I didn't know in Massachusetts, because we actually do have the Wampanoag tribe here, and that's one of the places. excuse me, I apologize. Where the legend has come from.
Oh.
But
And,
I think I would be afraid.
why did you just say don't throw up comments? Sounds painful.
She's
Oh.
being funny because I said I
okay.
throw up the comments for you.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. Well, my mistake. I thought every time you brought up a comment, maybe it played a sound for the chat and it blew out their ears or something. My mistake. I get the joke now. That was actually funny. I'm just a retard.
Hard R tonight. Fine. Oh, me and Ash will talk about the Pukwudgie.
And how it's better than the Bigfoot.
No.
That's
God
why
bless you too, Neuro.
I'm gonna be 2 for 2.
No, you're 3 and I'm 3-0. You're 0-3.
How are 3? What do you mean
Or-
3? We haven't had 3 debates. We've only had 2.
We've only had 2? No, I feel like we've had 3 on something else.
No.
No. All right. Well, my pigeon and my Bigfoot have won.
My flamingo and my Pukwudgie
Lost.
won.
No.
Victorious.
Rare moments, Sean. Rare moments.
How do we
Happy
know that's a rare
birthday,
moment and
Arrow.
not
I don't know
Riri?
if you're listening, but Jay again says, happy birthday, Arrow Dad. If you follow him, drop him a happy birthday. 2 debates. We have a third coming up. Ash has seen the Mothman in person and the Pukwudgie.
What are these? Okay. Aside from it being 100%, what's really the statistical probability that one dude who likes spicy rocks is going to have a Pukwudgie in his home and have seen the Mothman? I bet if he goes camping, Bigfoot's gonna be right there too. I love you, Ash. I'm just busting your balls because we're friends.
Ginger, I don't know everybody's birthday in the chat, so I'm sure there's more birthdays coming. But as far as us two, Sean's birthday is first by like 2 or 3 hours.
July 7th, baby. July 7th. That's a special day.
And mine's July 8th. Fun fact, we're hours apart. He saw the Mothman with 3 other guys. We'll talk about it this Saturday over at 123 Mad Ash. Please click on this guy's wonderful page and follow. Uh-oh. You know who's here.
Still haven't won a game set.
Can you see his face? She's looking at you. She said since the PlayStation 2 was popular, they haven't won a 7th game. 6-1. Go to bed. Speechless. The Pukwudgie is new to you. Yeah, he was new to me as well. But it's fine. Everything's fine. So again, facts, girl. Yes. Neuro, thanks. Neuro is like, you're the bestest, Neuro. Yeah, you were burned, Jay. Burned real bad. So again, I'll give you guys a few minutes to go ahead and click that link so you can find me Saturday evening. I did drop Sean's link earlier. Why was Neuro's comment removed?
Because he removed it.
Oh. Interesting.
That's what happens when you
Damn it. He said, damn it.
do work and you misspell it.
Oh,
You
I
remove it.
misspell things all the time. I pronounce things wrong. Everything is fine.
I know
Look
the
at
way you
that.
butchered that poem is going to be legendary.
It is. It's fine. I am real. I am human. This is a real show of a mom who can't read very
Yeah.
well. Wrong link because you effed it up. That's fine. We all make mistakes. Mistakes are made. Mistakes will happen. Mistakes are fine.
You know, Gina made a mistake once. Bad mistake. She named it Aaron.
I'm gonna have to clip that and play it for her. Be nice. Be nice. All right, everybody. Happy Sunday. I hope your Monday morning drive, if you work Monday through Friday, is a great one. No traffic, no sun in your eyes, but the sun is shining.
Is that a holiday for you guys?
Monday?
Yeah.
No, next weekend is our long weekend. We have Memorial Day next weekend.
Oh.
Which my son is going away to Florida. My Erin may be going to her friend's house up north, and if not, she's going to my cousin's house, also up north, and so isn't my little one. I may be kid-free for the entire long weekend. I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. It's gonna be interesting.
Learn OBS, make content.
That would be. I do need to learn how to do that, so that's definitely on my list of things to do. So, Cass, I'm going to hit that end stream button in like 2 seconds. So if you want to set up that raid, I'm going to send all you wonderful, beautiful people over to Darth. Hang out there, play some good music, and listen. No, Ginger, you cannot be MIA from here. No, Friday to Monday. Oh, I should disappear. Just Gina, dang, I should bring you with. I would love to go to the lake with you. Me and you go fishing. We'll just sit on the boat, cast all day long. Oh, it's like a dream day. I love to go fishing. All right, boys and girls, again, love you. Thanks for hanging out this
That would
evening.
just end up as a pillow fight. You guys would just be pillow fighting and painting each other's nails. Before you know it, you'll be kissing and being like, "Oh my god, your cherry chapstick! I love that."
I kissed a girl and I like it. Hope my boyfriend don't mind it. Exactly. Never. We would catch fish. We would post them proudly. And we would beat all of you guys. Do you know how to fish? Do you like to fish?
I've only fished one time in my life.
Oh my God.
And I enjoyed it immensely.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Another night says, don't pillow fight on a boat. You'll end up capsized. Pillows don't float, they sink.
Well, see, this is what will happen. Another night, they'll be on the boat, they'll pillow fight, they'll fall off, and all of a sudden they'll release their fishy thickwood, and the Kraken will come.
Oh, Cass, we could do a fishing stream together. That would be a lot of fun. All right, Minnesota, goodbye.
You can call it Broads on a Boat.
Broads on a boat. Peace, love, happiness. God bless everyone. Love you. See you Tuesday.
Goodbye, chat.
Stop the boat!
We're there.
Where?
Here. A small step for mankind, but a giant step for us.